From Messenger Theater Company, we bring you The Doula-ing. Episode 5, Ashley.
Sorry. Thank you for agreeing to come here, for coming to see me. I'm lucky you didn't get right on a plane to go home. Tonight. Well, I'm lucky I caught you before you went, and I won't keep you long. I just wanted to apologize. I'm just so sorry to have lost control. I'm sure it was very upsetting to have to run like that, and I'm really glad you did. Thank you for running. Not everyone would. I'm just so sorry you had to. I didn't think you would have had to. Sorry. I've been working really hard on getting a handle on the dragon in me, and I thought I had it. I really did. Otherwise, I'd never have risked taking you home with me. I hope you understand that. I'm just so sorry. I overestimated my own control, and I underestimated what a difference your being from elsewhere would make. Well, men here, even if they appear confident and secure, there is enough of an undercurrent of fear to keep my dragon fed and under wraps. You had no fear at all. And I found it refreshing and honestly kind of a turn-on. But my dragon did not, obviously. And the dragon stepped over all the controls I have in place. I promise I did not want to kill you, though I'm sure it seemed that way. It's just that my dragon and I are not always in agreement about men. And I am sorry. I do not expect you to forgive me, but I did want you to know that I deeply regret putting you at risk. I'm really sorry. Especially since you're so cute and I really wanted to spend more time with you. No, sorry. This is the apology pavilion. It is for apologies. It is not for flirting. I'm sorry, really. Really sorry. Oh, well, not long after the dragoning started, when the dragons found that they often wanted to apologize to those that they injured, or to the loved ones of the injured, it always went badly. They just re-traumatized everybody. They couldn't convince anyone to meet them because of the risks. But as you saw, this place is constructed to withstand fire and claws and teeth, and so we can safely converse. We can apologize with the peace of mind that even if we turn dragon, the glass will hold and we will not re-victimize whomever we were hoping to make amends with. It is a good demonstration, isn't it? We call Norman our honorary dragon since he does such an amazing job shooting the flamethrower and scratching at the glass. Anyway, gosh, I'm rambling again. I'm sorry. It's just that I like you, Brent, and I actually wanted to just spend more time with you, and instead I've traumatized you for life. Oh, speaking of which, if you want, you can see a therapist who specializes in dragon attacks. There are some brochures on your side of the glass there. I think Dr. Wingate works via the phone, so you could probably even consult with her when you get back home. I mean, she's a dragon too, so, full disclosure, but you're 100% safe on the phone. There's also a Dragon Crisis Center over on Katy Street, which is fully staffed by men. You can just pop in there. They'll take good care of you. And I'm available too, to yell at or cry about. It's a little unorthodox, but you do know me already. And you've seen my dragon, so... Yeah, no, I'm not suggesting I be your therapist. I don't have any skill. I'm just saying, as you recover, you might have questions for me. And I just want you to know that I am happy to answer them whenever that happens. Sorry. It probably does sound a little like a script. I get that. Yeah, sorry. It's hard to tell you all the things that are supposed to help in this situation without repeating a little bit of what's been known to make a difference. Well, I mean, the Dragon Crisis Team just basically adapted a lot of the protocols for the sexual assault crisis, and some of the language comes from those roots. And the Dragon Crisis Center was formerly the Rape Crisis Center. I mean, good news is we don't need the Rape Crisis Center anymore. Sorry, no, this is awkward, of course. And I'm so sorry to have ruined your vacation this way. Is there anything you want to say to me? Anything you need me to know about your experience? Yes, it is. There is some evidence that those who have been traumatized feel a bit of relief from sharing such things. Sorry, I know it does sound scripted, I think you said before. I just wouldn't want you to be stuck on that long flight home thinking about all the things you wished you'd said to me. No, you can tell me whenever you need to. I will listen whenever. From what I understand, most trauma victims need a little time to process before they have the words. No, you have every right to be mad, Brent. I'm sorry. You're welcome to express however you want. I know, it is confusing. I'd tell you it's confusing for me too, but this apology is not about me, and I'm sorry if I've done that. This is my first one, so Gosh, there I go again. I'm sorry, Brent. Sorry. I'll stop saying sorry. Sorry. Well, it's just not that I haven't had reasons to apologize before. It's just that I didn't have anyone to apologize to, you know? My dragon swallowed up total strangers on the street and left no trace of them, so there was no one. I'm grateful that you survived and grateful that I get the opportunity to make amends. You and me both, Brent. Reconciling myself with the beast of vengeance that comes out of me is a nearly impossible task. Every day. If it weren't for DA, I don't know how I get through it. Sorry, Dragons Anonymous. Sorry, it's not a 12-step program. I mean, none of us can quit being dragons, but we do support each other, and we absolutely have to remain anonymous. There are victim support groups too, if you need one. Probably not where you live, but I know that a lot of victims get a lot of support from those here. Well, our very existence is a danger to others. Making peace with that fact is not easy. My God, you're easy to talk to. I'm sorry, I'm making an absolute mess of this apology. Let me start again. I'm sorry. I deeply regret putting you at risk and endangering your life. The resources are there on the table, they're on your side of the glass. Please take them, even if you don't think you'll need them now. You may find them useful later. Yes, that's it. You can go anytime you want. Norman showed you the door mechanism over there, right? No, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You can stay if you want. I could talk to you all day. I'm sure I shouldn't. One of the things we learn in our support groups is not talk too much. But you know my secret, so I guess I feel released. If also really terrible and guilty. It is very confusing. All I keep wishing is that I'd never turned dragon like ever and could have spent the night with you. But if wishes were horses, right? Oh, gosh no, dragons would never eat a horse. Yep, just men. Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know, really. Women just don't trigger the mechanism, I guess. I mean, sure, there are all kinds of women who make me mad. Like one of those phone assistant customer service type women. They drive me bananas. Or my former boss, a pain in the ass and would be no loss to society if she disappeared into someone's belly. But it's just regular rage. It's not the primal rage that releases the dragon. You weren't scared, that's all. And I know that seems ridiculous, but I think, and I only worked this out from the support groups, so if I say it wrong, forgive me. I think that a lifetime of being scared just flipped on its head, you know? It's like we were all prepared to be afraid of men, of being alone with them, of being followed, of saying the wrong thing, of speaking up in class or at a meeting, afraid. And now that the tables have turned, we have the rages of millions of all the fearful women of the past fueling our fire, our appetites, providing the scales for our armor. Personally, I'd like to think I don't need it. I'd like to think I'd like to be swept up into someone's arms, excited by the possibility that he could kill me as easily as he could love me. Sorry, that's TMI. We're all a little confused about what this dragon stuff means for us, for our former selves as well as our current ones. My dragon wants to torch every man who feels entitled to my space, and I am longing to have the right guy barge into it. Where's the romance novel for that? No, I'm not a writer. I'm a dancer, but nobody's going to make a dragon ballet. My whole life I've been working on being graceful, and suddenly I'm saddled with a whole new part of myself that is big and unwieldy and causes chaos wherever she appears. I want to be Ginger Rogers, and I'm freaking Barney. Yes, you're right. Barney is a dinosaur, not a dragon. Hey, you're still here talking to me. Thank you. I mean, truthfully, it's just been so hard to not spill my guts everywhere. No one outside of my DA group knows I'm a dragon. They think I'm the same sweet Ashley they've always known. And I sort of am, but also sort of am not. Like I said, it's really confusing. Oh, well, it's an experimental program wherein we try to learn to control our dragon responses and impulses. Like anger management classes they used to have for men. Except the problem is, none of us knows when we're angry. Brent, I swear to you, before I turned dragon, I would have sworn to you up and down that I never got mad. Prostrated, sure, annoyed, but actually mad? I had no sense of it. None. I'm getting better at it now, but it's like the problem, Brent, is that I turn dragon before I even know I'm mad. So, it's tricky. I want a cure. I don't want this burden. I don't want to do to anyone else what I did to you. Or those men I ate. I don't know. The experience is hard to translate into language, and honestly, it makes me uncomfortable to talk to you about it. I don't think it will help with the PTSD I've likely given you. It might make it worse. Let's just leave the eating off the table. Of course, I'm sure you'd have been delicious if my dragon had managed to eat you. No, really? No, I don't want to eat you now. I'm sorry, you have to think about that. That's terrible. This is why I want a cure. Well, sure, there are a lot of weirdos who want to be eaten by dragons. Very few get their wish. I mean, would you want to eat one of those guys? Yuck. No. Yeah, you're very edible. Ugh! Ashley! Stop flirting with your victim! Bad dragon woman. Bad dragon woman. I suppose some people have made dragon-human relationships work. Not many. It's very risky, obviously. Anyway, my point was that I'm really hoping for a cure. Listen, you gorgeous boy. If I could take this burden off me and give it to you, I would. No question. And boy, oh boy, would that turn everything chaos double. A boy dragon. No one would know what to do. No one. Well, no one knew what to do when the first dragons appeared either, so I suppose it wouldn't be as shocking as that was. But yeah, I like the idea a little. Sadly, this burden/gift/curse/I don't know is not shareable. I'd never seen a dragon before I became one, and actually I still have never seen one. I mean, I've seen myself, but that's it. And I haven't seen myself. Haven't ever managed to get in front of a reflective surface big enough to get the full picture. I mean, you saw me. You tell me. Aw, man, that is a really nice way to describe the beast that almost killed you. Well, sure, yeah, I suppose my vanity really does want to be beautiful even as a dragon, but you're under no obligation to flatter me or my inner dragon. I know what I did. I put you in danger. You could have been killed. If you had frozen instead of running, for example. Sure, I did, but not everyone would listen when told to run. What are you doing? Are you trying to make me feel better about accidentally attacking you? Because it's working, but I feel very confused. Aren't you flying back tonight? I don't know, Brent. Just meeting outside the pavilion would be risky. And I can't imagine how you would want to go out with me again after what happened. Well, you're right. You have quite a bit of fear wafting off you now. You know what's possible. Exciting? Like, exciting, or exciting? You don't have a fetish, do you, Brent? There are dragon fetishists. I want to. I really do. I like you a lot. Like a lot. But how do I know you're not some rogue dragon hunter out to lure me into a trap to catch me and cage me? Yes, that's a thing. Doesn't prove anything. You could be pretending ignorance. No, you're right. I meet you. We're both taking a risk. I risk the possibility that you're a dragon captor, and the possibility that I might lose control, and you also run the risk that I might lose control. I suppose if you promise to run again, if I say run, and we go to a place where you could run away easily, I'd take the risk if you want to. And, like you said, you've got some fear now, so I should be able to control myself. I guess it has kind of a smell taste. It's pretty intoxicating, actually. I've often wondered if it's what men were responding to in women before. Like, not all men, obviously, but some of them really enjoyed making us afraid, and I wonder if they can smell it or taste it too. Like, were they sort of the first dragons? Like, not, obviously, dragons, no teeth or tail or claws or scales, but like dragons, you know? I don't know. No, I don't think you're like that. If I did, I'd have eaten you. Sorry, I should not have mentioned the eating. Sorry. Do you still want to go on a date? That's a great idea. We'll both be safe at the Silver Pitcher, and I'm going to buy you a drink with some of that fancy gin. See you there. Hey, don't forget those pamphlets. They're going to want to see them with you when you leave. Norman likes to have a little debrief with everyone on the way out. No, nothing to worry about. He just checks to make sure you're okay, that you've got the pamphlets, that I didn't lose control in here and go dragging on you again. And once you're in the clear, he'll come and let me out, and then I'll debrief. Well, they're just trying to make sure you don't get re-traumatized. It's a secure building for your benefit, and for mine, honestly. Anyway, go on. Take that stuff with you, and I'll see you later. Oh, and I hope you understand that we won't be able to talk directly about this stuff in public. We'll want to. At least I know I'll want to. But it's too big a risk. So when I meet you tonight, it's going to be all Busby Berkeley all the time. You excited for that? Really? Wow. I really got lucky with you, didn't I? Best date I went on, that I ruined. The best apology session I've had, not that I've had any before. And now you're excited to talk about Busby Berkeley with me. Well, I could kiss you. But I can't, obviously. This flame-proof, claw-proof glass is definitely kiss-proof too. I'll see you tonight. Take care of yourself till then. Okay, bye. Bye. Bye.
The Dragoning is produced by Messenger Theatre Company and written by Emily Rainbow Davis. The Dragoning theme was composed by Scott Ethier. Sound design by Matt Powell. This episode featured Emily Hartford as Ashley. Please like, review, and subscribe in your favorite podcast app, especially Apple. And to make sure there are future episodes to listen to, please support us via Ko-fi, GuideStar, or PayPal. Those links are in the show notes. Messenger Theatre Company is a not-for-profit organization, and we are entirely reliant on your support. This episode was created in the spring of 2020, in the middle of a pandemic, with contributors scattered across the epicenter. Thank you in advance for making our next episode possible. Stay safe out there, everyone, and watch out for dragons.